let's get some questions in, Jim. One that has actually come in from several different people based on something this morning as we're recording. Let me ask you about this. I don't know if you've seen this on Twitter because you've been so busy causing feuds and problems in other places. But several questions were about this Twitter exchange. Let me read it to you. Dave Meltzer replied to someone, and this is another question we've gotten a lot I'll ask you about later, who said something.
All right, so far you've started 6 sentences. Haven't finished one of them.
It's a complicated topic here, but
it's complicated.
A lot of people have been talking about Otis as the new Dusty Rhodes. That's not the question.
What the
Hold on, we'll get to that one.
Oh, God.
But Dave Meltzer replied, Okada is the modern-day Jumbo Tsuruta. Tanahashi is the modern-day Bret Hart. Young Bucks are the modern-day Midnight Express.
Oh, not again.
Matt Riddle should be the modern-day Kerry Von Erich, but WWE doesn't know how to make top baby faces, so he isn't. Dax from FTR, Dax Harwood, replied, modern-day Midnight Express, with a little emoji of a laughing face laughing to the point of tears. Why don't you ask the actual Midnight Express? All four, including Cornette, who they consider their modern-day equals. I guarantee it ain't your Golden Boys, Dave. So this topic has come up again, Jim, about...
Actually, that is a pertinent point. If you ask the actual people, all of them, all four of them, who they are being compared to, who they would compare themselves to, it not only would not be the Young Bucks. Oh, my fucking God. He's just... I don't want to go on and on about Dave anymore, because at this point it's sad that somebody that everybody used to think knew what he was talking about has suddenly gone far off the deep end over these fucking guys for whatever reason that nobody's been able to drag out of him, but that everybody has their suspicions. He just won't quit. And what do the kids call it? Trolling? Has he just decided to become a troll? And he knows that when he says just obvious idiotic things like that people will just flame on. I don't know.
Well, obviously there's a couple different things here. It's one thing to talk about the Young Bucks as a success in the business, and you can't deny the ability they have shown to sell merchandise and be not just the biggest draw in the indie scene, but really partly responsible for AEW. And you could certainly say that they're a big part of the success of AEW to the point where they got a contract from TNT to keep the show going. That's one thing. But when it comes to the actual in-ring work, let's just focus on that.
When it comes to anything about them personally or professionally, and anything that they do does not compare in any way, or is not applicable, is not an apt comparison to anything that the other team did or was like personally or professionally. Nothing. Did we cover it?
Well, let me ask you this. If you had to, taking out, or at least applying to this argument, the idea that work has obviously changed. Modern wrestling is very different.
I could say that the Bucks are like a cosplay rock and roll express. If you took two kids who trained on a trampoline in their backyard and were good at gymnastics, and said dress up like the rock and roll express and act like them. Yeah, without the talent, psychology, ability of Ricky to sell, or of either one to respect the business, but just as played on television, they could kind of probably do that. But no, what the fuck? I don't compare the Revival to the Midnight Express as much as I do to Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson, because they are so excellent technically, and while they do the high flying stuff, and Bobby didn't do some of the stuff that the former Revival does, they're such excellent wrestlers, and the teamwork and the ground and pound and the whole 9 yards, they remind me more. So I don't even compare the best tag team in the world today to the Midnight Express, much less two fucking flabby, now middle-aged and balding cosplay kids that have got over as a giggle with the fucking people that like wrestling to be a giggle. You can't.